My story for the Roswell part began in the wee hours in the morning of July 1947, when I was awakened by my dad, who was returning from an assignment to collect debris of unknown origin from a ranch out of Roswell. The sheriff in Chavez County contacted Colonel Blanchard, who was the commander of the Air Force Base in Roswell. Now, Colonel Blanchard knew my dad was the intelligence officer, so he dispatched my dad and a CIC agent, Sheridan Cavett, to investigate what this was. Our house happened to be on the way to the base, and this is in the wee hours of the morning. So my dad, knowing that he had seen something very special, wanted my mother and myself to look at this also, because as he said, you'll never see this again. So what he did, he stopped off at the house, awakened my mother and myself, and again, the wee hours in the morning. It's summertime. I've been playing all day with my bicycles and things like that. I was 11 years old at the time, however. And he brought us into the kitchen, and I saw a smattering of this strange debris on the kitchen floor that he had pre-positioned. He said, "Look at this. I think this is what you call a flying saucer or remains thereof." The debris itself consisted of three components, three types. There was a foil, a very tough metallic foil of some nature that I can't really describe. If you fold it over, it would unfold and assume its original form. In addition, there was black plastic debris like a broken phonograph record. But the strangest thing I saw was, as being passed around right now, was this is a replica of one of the I-beams, or the beams I saw in the wreckage. In that, you'll note there's some symbols written along the inside surface of this, and they're a purplish violet hue, semi-reflective of light. My dad drove the debris into the base that night. I think it was that night, or maybe early next morning, where he was assigned by Colonel Blanchard to fly the material to General Ramey's office in Fort Worth. This was flown in the belly of a B-29 under armed guard. That's where the cover began, at General Ramey's office. So when my dad got home, he sat my mother and myself down and said in no uncertain terms, "You will never talk about this. This is a non-event."
Is there anything else you can share with us of your impressions and knowledge of an 11-year-old boy?
Well, yeah, it was a very Earth awakening experience, or space awakening experience for me. It did make this did make me very interested in astronomy and cosmology, because I realized that whatever was on the kitchen floor didn't come from here, but came from out there.
What else should we know before we get up from here today?
Well, I think what it does, it tells us that we're not alone in the universe. As a matter of fact, there's other civilizations out there, and they're finding Earth-like planets around other star systems every day. Any civilization that develops into space travel has gone through a nuclear age, and we're still on the precipice of either surviving or not surviving ours, but it means that they did. And if they can do it, we can also survive our nuclear warlike tendencies. Well, as a 76-year-old, I'm no spring chicken. But I like to tell my story. I don't embellish it. I tell exactly what I knew about this. And if people want to believe this, that's okay. If they don't want to believe it, that's also okay. That's their opinion. I would certainly like to have the government spill the beans about this while I'm still alive to say, "I told you so." But I may not be. But it doesn't matter. I've been there and done that, so I know what it was.